In the previous section, you learned how title is recorded, insured, and protected to ensure ownership is clear and transferable. Now we bring all of those principles together by exploring what title itself truly represents in Arizona real estate. Title is the foundation of ownership, embodying the bundle of rights that allow an owner to possess, control, use, and transfer property. Understanding the different theories of ownership, the distinction between legal and equitable title, and how notice and delivery affect ownership is essential to mastering how real property is held and conveyed. Lien theory and Arizona practice. States across the country generally follow one of two systems regarding property ownership and mortgage lending: lien theory or title theory. Arizona follows the lien theory system. In lien theory states, when a borrower takes out a loan secured by real estate, the borrower retains legal ownership of the property. The lender holds only a lien, which serves as collateral for the debt. This means the borrower continues to hold legal title, possession, and ownership, while the lender's interest is limited to a security right in the property. In Arizona, the primary instrument used to secure a real estate loan is the deed of trust. This document involves three parties: the borrower, known as the trustor, the lender, known as the beneficiary, and a neutral third party called the trustee. The trustor conveys bare legal title to the trustee, who holds it as security for the lender. If the borrower fulfills all repayment terms, the trustee reconveys legal title back to the borrower. However, if the borrower defaults, the trustee has the power of sale to foreclose non-judicially, meaning no court action is required. This system allows for a faster and more efficient foreclosure process while still protecting the borrower's ownership rights during the life of the loan, legal and equitable title. When property is financed, ownership can be divided between legal title and equitable title. Legal title represents true ownership and control of the property, while equitable title represents the right to obtain full legal ownership once certain conditions are met. For example, a buyer purchasing a home under a contract for deed holds equitable title, the right to use and benefit from the property, while the seller retains legal title until full payment is made. Similarly, under a deed of trust, the trustee holds bare legal title, while the borrower retains equitable title during repayment. Once the loan is satisfied, the borrower gains complete legal ownership. Legal title signifies full ownership of the bundle of rights, while equitable title is a temporary or conditional interest, granting the right to use, possess, and ultimately obtain legal title. In Arizona, both forms of title work together to ensure that ownership remains clear, documented, and enforceable, even when debt obligations exist. Notice of title and ownership. Evidence ownership disputes are not uncommon, especially when multiple parties claim an interest in the same property. In determining who rightfully owns real estate, courts rely on two forms of notice: actual notice and constructive notice. Actual notice is knowledge obtained directly through observation or evidence. For instance, physically inspecting a property, reviewing a deed, or reading a will provides actual notice of ownership. Constructive notice, on the other hand, is knowledge that the law presumes a person should have obtained through recorded documents or visible possession. When a deed is recorded in the county recorder's office, it serves as constructive notice to the public that ownership has changed. In most cases, a combination of actual and constructive notice provides the strongest protection of ownership rights. Transferring title. Title can be transferred either voluntarily or involuntarily, a process also known as alienation. Voluntary alienation occurs when the owner willingly conveys title to another party by deed or by will. A deed is a legal instrument through which ownership is transferred from the grantor to the grantee. To be valid, the deed must include specific elements such as a competent grantor, a legal description, consideration, a granting clause, the grantor's signature, and delivery and acceptance by the grantee. Title officially transfers upon delivery and acceptance of the deed, not upon recording, although recording provides important protection by establishing public notice and priority. Involuntary alienation occurs when ownership changes without the owner's consent. Examples include transfers through foreclosure, eminent domain, adverse possession, escheat, or estoppel. These processes ensure that property remains under ownership and cannot be abandoned or left without legal control. Deeds of conveyance and their covenants. Different types of deeds convey different levels of protection. A general warranty deed offers the greatest protection, assuring the grantee that the grantor holds clear title and will defend it against any claims. A special warranty deed limits that assurance to the period of the grantor's ownership. A bargain and sale deed implies ownership but provides no warranties, while a quitclaim deed transfers whatever interest the grantor may have without guaranteeing ownership at all. Quitclaim deeds are often used to correct errors or clear clouds on title, rather than in traditional sales. Wills and probate. A will, also known as a last will and testament, is used to transfer property after death. If a person dies testate, meaning with a valid will, the estate passes according to the decedent's wishes after being validated in probate court. If a person dies intestate, meaning without a valid will, the property passes through descent and distribution according to state law. If there are no heirs, the estate escheats to the state. Connecting back to title recording. All of these mechanisms of ownership, lien theory, deeds, wills, and transfers depend on the integrity of recorded title documents. The recording system ensures that ownership and encumbrances are publicly known, protecting buyers, sellers, and lenders from hidden claims. Through proper recordation, constructive notice is established, and the property's history, the chain of title, remains unbroken. When disputes arise, recorded evidence, title insurance, and legal instruments like suits to quiet title serve as the means to verify, defend, and clear ownership. Summary. Title to real estate represents the legal evidence of ownership and all rights attached to the property. Arizona's lien theory system allows borrowers to retain legal title while lenders hold liens through deeds of trust. Understanding legal versus equitable title, voluntary and involuntary transfers, and the roles of notice, deeds, and recording provides the foundation for every transaction. Proper documentation, accurate recording, and title insurance are the safeguards that ensure property rights remain enforceable and transferable. Discussion. Why is Arizona considered a lien theory state? Because the borrower retains legal title while the lender holds only a lien as security for repayment. What is the difference between legal and equitable title? Legal title conveys ownership and control, while equitable title grants the right to use and ultimately obtain full ownership. Why is constructive notice essential to real estate transactions? Because recording documents provides public notice of ownership and protects buyers and lenders from undisclosed claims. How does a quitclaim deed differ from a warranty deed? A quitclaim deed provides no warranties of ownership, while a warranty deed guarantees that the grantor holds clear and marketable title. Closing remarks. Every real estate transaction in Arizona is built upon one central principle: title. From deeds of trust and lien priorities to public notice and title insurance, understanding how title operates allows real estate professionals to protect their clients, ensure compliance, and maintain confidence in the integrity of property ownership. Title is not just proof of ownership, it is the legal backbone that supports every sale, mortgage, inheritance, and transfer within the real estate market.